Ogg, and on behalf of travelprofessionalnews.com, homebasedtravelagent.com, and findahosttravelagency.com, I want to welcome all of you to today's webinar. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us. Today's topic is exploring niches and unlocking your path to success. And our speaker today is Kendra Tainsh, the Director of Advisor Services at Travel Edge Network, bringing over 28 years of experience in the travel industry. And she began her career as a travel advisor, later advancing to regional manager and now director. And she supports advisors and managers across Canada and the US. Kendra's background includes advisor coaching, mentoring, as well as teaching college travel and tourism course instruction. That's awesome. Please remember that you are all muted, but we do, of course, welcome your questions at any time. Just put them in the questions area you see on the right-hand side of your screen. And when she's all finished with our presentation, we'll take as many of those as we can. And we will be awarding a $50 Amazon gift card, which comes at a good time since it's Amazon shopping time. And it's courtesy of us here at Travel Professional News. And this will take place at the end of the webinar after we're on with the questions. So listen carefully for your chance to win. I'm going to go ahead and turn the microphone over to Kendra so we can get started. Welcome, Kendra. So happy to have you here.
Thank you, Joni, for having us. We're excited to be here. And thank you all for joining us today. So as Joni mentioned, I'm Kendra Tainsh. I'm from Travel Edge, and we're going to talk about exploring niches. Just a quick table of contents here. We're going to go through what is a niche. We're going to take a look at common niches, ones that are emerging, how a niche is powerful, how you can define your niche. We'll take a look at some of our partner programs, and then, of course, what is next. So starting off, what is a niche? So a niche in travel, a niche refers to a specialized segment in the travel market, focusing on a specific type of experience, interest, a destination, or a traveler demographic. Instead of trying to appeal to everybody, a niche travel advisor tailors services to a particular audience or even to them. It allows them to stand out, it allows you to build experience, and also attract clients seeking personalized experiences. So having a look at a niche, what are some common niches that we see in the industry today? We see, there's a whole list of them there. We have cruising, adventure travel, family and multi-generational, honeymoon romance, destination wellness, the LGBTQ+, Disney and theme parks, accessible travel, sports and entertainment, and then spiritual pilgrimages. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. So beyond this list, there are so many specific niches that someone can specialize in. But these would become, these are some of the most common niches that many of our travelizers specialize in. So we look at cruising. There's many advisors and agencies that only book cruises. Some even specialize further in a specific type of cruising, including river, ocean, and expedition. Adventure travel typically combines exploration, physical activity, and cultural immersion, often in less popular destinations. It appears to travelers seeking a unique hands-on experience, such as hiking, some wildlife encounters, or adrenaline-based activities that go beyond traditional sightseeing. When we talk about family and multi-generational travel, it tends to add a layer of complexity to planning, since you have to account for things such as child-friendly activities, mobility issues, and often it involves larger groups than a single family. So advisors that specialize in this, they often stand out for big celebration trips like milestones, including birthdays and anniversaries. Many advisors specialize in groups as a whole, since booking these type of trips often involve specific contracts that aren't available through regular booking platforms. When we look at honeymoons, as an advisor, they were some of my favorite trips to plan. They're often big bucket list destinations, and the couples want experience. They want their experience to be more memorable, so they're often willing to invest a little bit more. With all the stress and time that is involved in wedding planning, they're also typically much more open to using a travel advisor to handle these details for them and are looking for that exact service that you'll be able to provide to them. Advisors in this niche act both as travel designers, and we like to say that they act as memory makers. They help clients turn their dream honeymoon into reality without the stress of planning. Destination weddings are basically a combination of the family multi-gen travel and romance travel. It takes a lot of work to book the group while coordinating wedding details, which is why so many couples seeking a destination wedding turn to a specialist. There's many hotels and resort chains that specifically offer a destination wedding certification through their brand, so you can become an expert there as well. When we look at wellness travel, it's definitely grown over the last decade. Everything from yoga retreats to spa resorts are included under this specialization. And you will find that many travel advisors who work in this niche host their own retreats abroad, since they tend to be personally passionate about this type of travel. Many hotels and resort chains are beginning to develop or add wellness-leaning brands to their portfolio to cater to these clients. LGBTQ+ specialists have knowledge about destinations and experiences which are inclusive and affirming. Understanding the community's unique concerns and celebrating diversity in those travel experiences. You don't necessarily have to be part of the community to work in the niche. However, an advisor would have to commit to education and sensitivity. So understanding diverse identities and use inclusive language. Building a network. So connect with LGBTQ+ tour operators, hotel reps, and community organizations. Marketing authentically. So avoid tokenism. You want to focus on real experiences, representations, and values. And I think this is important. You want to stay current. So you want to keep up with changing laws, destinations, and travel advisories. If anyone has booked themselves a trip to Disney, you know how overwhelming it can be. My goodness, it can be so overwhelming. Disney World itself offers 25 owned and operated hotels, each one varying in price, the location, the design, and amenities, and that is just scratching the surface on all their parks worldwide. Disney University is a great resource for travel advisors and offers their own certification courses. When we look at accessible and inclusive travel, it refers to catering to travelers with specific mobility issues and other disabilities that make it difficult to explore some destinations. Specializing in this type of travel involves understanding local accessibility and sourcing those suppliers that can offer a modified transportation and other equipment to create adapted itineraries to popular destinations. Spiritual pilgrimages aren't necessarily always religious-based, although many have religious histories or other cultural significance. If you think about things like the Camino de Santiago, these journeys often involve a lot of coordination to ensure the trip goes smoothly. Many advisors who specialize in wellness-based travel, they may also include this type of travel in a repertoire. And you can also do cross niches. So there are dozens of different combinations of possible niches. You will find that many of your clients may intersect between more than just one niche. And some of those examples are, as a cross niche, is the LGBTQ+ weddings, accessible adventure. We could look at adventure honeymoons, and of course the multi-gen safaris. So what are some emerging niches? We took a look at the common ones, but what are some that maybe aren't as popular for advisors to become specialists in? Having a look at some of our advisors, we've got medical tourism. So these are when people travel abroad for healthcare services such as surgery, maybe some dental work, cosmetic procedures, fertility treatments, or wellness therapies. We have an advisor that does alcohol-free travel. So these are experiences that exclude or minimize alcohol consumption, either by choice or for religious, wellness, or lifestyle reasons. It's a growing niche within the wellness and responsible travel. They attract travelers who want to focus on authentic experiences, focus on health, mindfulness, or community without the social pressure of drinking. We've got pet-friendly travel. They cater specifically to travelers who want to include their pets in their trip. It's growing rapidly because pets are increasingly treated as family members, and many travelers are willing to spend more for experiences that will accommodate them. Women-only travel. Trips, tours, or retreats, which often emphasize safety and comfort, empowerment, and shared experiences. And grief and bereavement retreats. So these are specialized programs that are designed to support individuals with the loss of a loved one. They often connect with others who are facing similar experiences. Itineraries promote healing and processing, and they offer a support network to travelers by providing tools for coping and restoration. So let's look at the power of a niche. Why would you want to specialize in a certain segment of travel? Right? So when you're newer and you're still building your business, you're going to be inclined to take on every inquiry under the sun. And understandably, you want to do that. When you're first building your client base, you probably won't be passionate about every trip request that comes your way, like those for a long weekend trip to Vegas, or even a domestic air-only itinerary. You should be hungry for business when you're new. That it's a great thing, right? It's one of the reasons you get into travel. However, as you begin to develop and gain experience as an advisor, you will find that you can't learn it all. Advisors who have been in this industry for decades don't even know every destination or project or product, and I can say that for sure. This is where a niche comes in. If you can position yourself as an expert in the section of the industry that you're passionate about, you will attract like-minded clients who value your knowledge and your expertise. Okay. And you will see on there, command a higher value. So specialists seen as experts, they can often charge more for their services, for their advice, and their time. So how do you define your niche? So I would say the first step is reflect on your passions and your travel style. So what types of travel do you love most? Luxury, adventure? Is it cruises? Is it food focused like culinary? Or would you rather do wellness? Where do you find yourself naturally giving advice? Is it Disney? Is it Italy? Maybe solo travel? What kind of trips light you up when you're planning them, even if you haven't sold them yet? Okay. And just as a tip, you're more likely to stick with and succeed in a niche that you generally enjoy. You want to consider your life experience or your background. Do you have a previous career or a personal experience that aligns with travel? Say it's teaching, do you have previous experience in event planning? Maybe you worked in healthcare or even design. Have you traveled extensively in a particular region or for a certain purpose, such as family travel? Have you done sabbaticals? Have you done student travel before? You have already had a head start in a niche if you've lived it or you understand it deeply. Think about who you want to work with. So who do you enjoy helping or talking to? Is it families, newlyweds, retirees, solo women? What challenges do those travelers face that you could solve with expertise and planning? So the clearer that you are about your ideal client, the easier it is to attract them. And you want to look at your community and connections. I think this is a big one. Who do you already know that might need travel services? Is it friends, some local groups, some parents at your kid's school, former coworkers? Do you have Are you part of, or do your children play sports? Are there shared interests or lifestyles within your circles? So teachers who travel in the summer, military families, sports teams, or faith-based groups. Your existing community can be a great launch pad for a niche, especially when you already understand their travel needs and you yourself speak their languages. Okay? So your niche can evolve over time as well as your experience grows. You do want to consistently evaluate what gets attention, referrals, results, and you can always pivot if you need to. Just because you go down one path doesn't mean that you're going to have to do that niche forever. You can always pivot and change. Okay. So having a look at some of at Travel Edge here, some of our partner programs. Okay, we have a consortia, we have a partnership with Ensemble, and our consortia has developed their Circles program. So they start off with adventure. So these are designed for agents passionate about adventure travel. This circle connects you with top adventure brands and suppliers. You gain invaluable insights through dynamic virtual sessions, panels, quarterly calls, all while enjoying exciting benefits such as fam trips, we all love fam trips, and networking events that open the door into new opportunities in the adventure travel market. There is a celebration circle. So this community brings together experts in generational and celebratory family travel. You can dive into a treasure trove of resources, including exclusive partner access, the honeymoon and destination wedding certification program, and special events to stay ahead of the latest trends. You can build connections with peers and enhance your skills in curating unforgettable family celebrations and special occasions. The next circle is cruise. So this is a dedicated space for cruise travel professionals. They offer exclusive access to top cruise partners alongside targeted training, events, and resources. So whether you're looking to deepen your knowledge or enhance your clients' cruise experiences, the Cruise Circle is your go-to community for building connections, boosting expertise, and delivering extraordinary cruise journeys. And the last circle that I'll highlight here is the Luxe Circle. So you can step into a world of exclusivity with the Luxe Circle. It is an invite-only community, and it's designed for the creme de la creme of luxury travel. As a member, you'll gain VIP access to finest luxury partners, exclusive events, luxury fam trips, and certifications that set you apart. Okay? You'll build meaningful relationships with industry leaders, engage in mentorship opportunities, and elevate your experience in the luxury travel space. With plans to grow in 2026, the Luxe Circle is the perfect place to shape the future of luxury travel. And we're going to take a look at some of our partners that we have. Now, these are obviously not an exhaustive list of every partner available in the adventure space, but these are just a small handful of some of the amazing suppliers you can work with that provide clients with a unique and memorable experience. So if you look here, we have Adventure Canada. They are a DMC small ship expedition. They travel up to Arctic, Newfoundland. They have amazing excursions into small little communities via Zodiac. Just a real specialized adventure travel, and you can always take a dip in the ocean there while you're there, a cold dip. We partner with Wilderness Destinations. So they are a DMC. They focus on bespoke travel experiences in remote and wild locations, just in nature, in wildlife. I know that we've got a knowledge trip coming up to Africa with them. Just a great DMC to deal with. We have TCS Expeditions. They are private jet, so they do private jet excursions. They've developed and operated just shy of 300 luxury jet tours. On there, we have HL Adventure, so they are based in Reykjavik. They travel across to Iceland, Greenland, and the Arctic. And then, of course, we have Lindblad with National Geographic Expeditions. They're a fantastic partner of ours. Just really rave reviews from clients. So just a glimpse at some of our adventure partners, or some adventure partners that you could use as you start your career in travel. And moving on to our family partners, who do we have? We have the DMC Family Twist. They concentrate on families traveling with children all across Europe. We have Queen of Clubs. They are a luxury DMC catering to high net worth clients, providing experiences ranging from luxury travel planning and event management. We have Costa Rica Sun Tours. So tailored itineraries. They've been in the industry a long time. They offer unique, authentic, safe, fun, educational experiences. And then we have Cuba Private Travel. So a DMC specializing in Cuba. They've been there a long time. They have exclusive access to art, music, and authentic experiences. When we move on to honeymoon and wedding partners, we have Hummingbird Travel. So specializing in the Indian Ocean and Caribbean. I mean, for their honeymoon, who wouldn't want to go to the Maldives, right? We have Sri Lanka, Mauritius, and the Seychelles. IC Bellagio, just an excellent partner that offers private villa rentals in Italy, tours. We have Calados Club. They specialize in Croatia. We have Travel Lot, so a DMC for Italy, Greece, Morocco, and Egypt, luxury accommodations. They'll do a full FIT itinerary for you. Along those lines, we have Tempo VIP, specializing in Portugal, Spain, and Morocco. And then, of course, we have Tahiti Legends, just personalized itineraries, luxury resorts, just a great choice for honeymoon and weddings. And on to the LGBTQ plus travel, we have Alchemy, specializing in Argentina, Chile, and Uruguay. We have American Stories Travel, so a US-based DMC, just tailor-made itineraries for you. We have accessible travel. A great partner to consider would be Excursionists. They specialize in the US, Canada, and Caribbean. And then we have Adams and Butler, which does across to the UK, Ireland, they do Scotland, and on into Africa. Okay. And I think we ran through that pretty quick. We have time for questions, Joni.
Hi, I'm sorry, I had to unmute myself there. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. We went through that pretty quickly. So
you did. I'm like, wait a minute, girl, that's not, we need more. So I had one question which I didn't quite understand her question. So I asked her to go ahead, or him, I'm not sure who it was, to send it again. And I'm still waiting on that. So folks, if you do have any questions about any of the companies that she's mentioned that they work with, or any questions at all, please go ahead and remember, you just put those in the questions area that you see on the right-hand side of your screen. And then we'll go ahead and get to those. Anything else you want to add to this, Kendra? Or
I just wanted to say that we do have a lot of advisors that do specialize into their niches. I've got one that specializes in family travel. She's got 3 small children of her own. They travel quite a bit. She knows, trying to keep children. I don't want to say amused, but trying to keep them, on long flights and that. So she's actually partnered with a company, another lady actually up here in Toronto, that she does travel kits for families. So she's partnered with her. They do promotion for each other on social media. And when she has a family that travels, so first off, she's a specialist when it comes to resorts, for families. When she books flights for them, she ends up, as a gift to her clients, she gives them the child packs that this company creates, and they do kind of a cross promotion with one another. Another one that we've got,
idea.
Yeah, we explored alcohol-free travel. So we have an advisor that he makes sure that when he's booking a resort or booking a hotel, that all of the mini bars are cleared ahead of time if a client is requesting it. We've got another one, we mentioned the spiritual pilgrimages. We have another advisor that's all she does is groups, and she does pilgrimages into Portugal, into Spain, into Italy, and she concentrates only on groups. I don't even think she books individuals anymore, but she curates the spiritual pilgrimages based on what the group would like. So it can be a great business to get into. You know, once you get into the industry and you get comfortable and starting to branch out into a specialization, I think it's fantastic to do so.
Oh, I do too. I think that, and that's, that's really a brilliant idea, because I know so often when we take, our granddaughters or whatever anywhere, it's always about the activities that you can provide during that,
Mhm.
period of time where they get bored and angry about being in a seat. So that's so awesome, and that's great. They're not only promoting their business and travel, but they're also, doing a little side hustle. It's really cool. All right, so
Exactly.
do have a few questions that have come in, if you can let me go to those. Somebody's asking about the ensemble circles. How do we make connections with ensemble circles? Can you give a little more clarification on that?
So with the ensemble circles, if you're with a host agency, right, that has a consortia, Travel Edge's consortia is ensemble. That's who our partnership is. I know that there's some other consortias out there like Signature Travel Network, maybe Travel Leaders, that sort of thing. I would check with your host agency's consortia to see whether or not they have a program. If you're an ensemble member, you can reach out to Ensemble and or go on to the portal, and there will be more information in there about joining their circle. I think it's a great idea. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So now that we're talking about your program, your hosting program, could you were so great giving us all this generalized information, but can you give us a little bit more detail about your fee structure with hosting and maybe a little bit more about that?
So with our program, for newer advisors coming into the industry, we do have our venture program. We revamped it earlier this year. Last year, and actually I used to do the coaching and mentoring with it, we used to do a 3-month program with coaching and mentoring. We just found out that it is not, 3 months isn't long enough to learn. So what we did was we revamped the whole program. It is now a 12-month learning program. We have Beth, who is fantastic. She's been an advisor for a number of years as well, and in training and coaching and mentoring. Actually, she came from one of our technology enablement teams. We stole her over, and we revamped it into a 12-month program. So it's segmented out, different segments of what you're learning about. So with the venture program, you can take your first step towards building your own business with world-class training, expert support, and ready-to-use marketing tools. So you can enroll there. There's a one-time fee of $29.99 US, plus a monthly fee of $49. But to make it more manageable, we do have a flexible payment plan of $299 a month over the 12 months on there. And we found out we have different cohorts, so smaller cohorts. They're like 8 to 10 people per cohort that we start. We do have monthly ones that you can join, and we just find that small group coaching and mentoring, it really works. It's really a fabulous program.
Perfect. What exclusive partnerships or perks does travel age clients get compared to, booking directly, maybe?
So we have a fantastic hotel program with amenities. Travel Edge has its own hotel program. We do also have our consortia program via Ensemble, but we have our own hotel program with our luxury partners. So they can include amenities like a room upgrade, early check-in, early checkout. It can include free breakfast, a room credit. We've just built our new hotel catalog for our advisors with easier references on there. Just a fantastic hotel program. And then we also have cruise amenities with many of our preferred partners that include shipboard credits. We have access to hosted cruises, group cruises, where they're getting either an onboard credit or they're getting a free shore excursion, invitations to a cocktail party. It's a great program, and with our preferred partners, we are at top tier commissions as well.
Great. Okay. I've had a couple questions that I'm going to answer, and then I'll go back to a couple more for you. A lot of people are asking if you're going to receive a recording of this. Yes, you will. Tomorrow, about this same time, you'll get an email from me, and it will have links to the recordings for you to be able to watch again and to remember some of the things that you might have missed. So not to worry, everybody, it will be coming. Here we go. Let's see. Somebody is asking the question, are there any dedicated luxury DMCs or just the two mentioned on the slides?
Oh my goodness, we have a lot of dedicated luxury DMCs, for sure, we do.
Okay,
Travel
I
Edge,
figured as much.
Yeah, Travel Edge is a luxury agency. It's what we concentrate on. We do have other DMCs and other partners that we deal with as well, but we are luxury focused. So we have a wealth of tour operators and DMCs, hotel partners that are all luxury focused.
Okay. And in terms of Travel Edge offerings that you have with your program, are there opportunities for mentorship or networking within the Travel Edge community of people?
Definitely there is. During our the venture program, we do pull in some of our experienced advisors to come in to do mentorship pieces during that program. So yes, there is definitely mentorship opportunities there with our experienced advisors. Yep.
Okay. So I've got a question here that I'm not exactly sure what she might be meaning, but maybe you will. I just want to, I'll read it out and you can kind of let me know what you think. She's asking how much pushback, if any, are you getting from using DMCs, because many agents are now seeing, and I think she means traveling is double the cost, but it says travel live is double the cost. So I'm pretty sure she means traveling. So I'm using DMCs versus, obviously using tour operators per se. You see any pushback? I personally have not seen that. I've actually seen more push on than push back, but you can answer that one.
So no, when I was an advisor working at an agency, especially up here, I'm from Canada, so up here in Canada, we used a lot of tour operators just because the agency I worked for didn't have a lot of exposure to DMCs. When I've been with Travel Edge for 4 years now, and our advisors, I would say there's a high percentage that uses the DMCs, because you're cutting out that third person, right? So if you're going to go to, our tour operators are still very important to us, and they may offer some product, and that they do offer product that we can't find anywhere else, and if it's bundled together. But a lot of our advisors, they like to customize. So having those DMCs, they're able to customize their clients' travels in there, and basically you're going directly to the source. The other thing with a DMC is that when you're dealing with a luxury clientele, they may want event tickets, they may want dinner reservations, they want restaurant suggestions, and that's how you're going to get that from a DMC, right? They're on the ground. They are going to be able to answer those questions and for you to go the extra mile for your client.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's funny historically, because I'm old, I can be historical. Back in the early days of selling travel, they used to call it FITs, and that's when, agents, my mom was a travel agent, they would build an itinerary for someone from start to finish, including each thing separately. And then tour operators came into existence, and then of course tour operators, did it all. So all you had to do was call one company, and voila, you got your commission. Seemed easier, right? But then now, we're seeing a lot of comeback to the dealing with people in the location. Therefore, being able to get the the hands-on, the boots on the ground, the hands-on help. So it's just interesting how things always seem to come full circle, right?
For sure.
Yeah. So here's a couple more questions, and then we'll go ahead and do our final one. Can I have more than one niche, and how can I manage them? It's a great question. She also asked, how long does it take to see results in a niche? So Charlotte, those are both really good questions.
Yeah, of course you can have more than one niche, right? And that's when we were talking about crossing the niches and how they fit together. But for sure, you could have a niche in family travel, and you could also be a cruise specialist, right? So those are two things that you can concentrate on, and then you can eventually combine those two niches together, right? Travel advisors are unique in that we have so many tour operators, airlines, DMCs that we need to concentrate on, and we have to be basically experts in everything. If you think of somebody that works for, a tour operator, they may have to be a specialist in one area, maybe a couple destinations. We need to be experts in everything. So I think, I would concentrate probably on maybe one niche, then open yourself up to another one, and then cross-pollinate them. So when looking at how long it takes to grow a niche, I would say that it would be about 1 year. So you become known as an expert in your growth, in your category. If you're ever open to like speaking opportunities, collaborations, working with media, but you can expand into the sub niches. And as you expand into those niches, you can also probably, if you're charging professional fees, which we all should be doing because we are professionals, right? As you grow your niches and your experience, you can start to increase those fees as well. But I would say that, as you're working through your niches, in a few months, you're going to notice a difference, but I would say probably a year to fully grow it.
Okay, perfect. I think that's a great last question to take. There were a couple other more specific questions, but you're going to get the list of all the questions. So I'm going to let you take any of those that you get when we send you the reporting separately, because they're more specific to that person's particular niche or their concerns. So all in all, fantastic. I love it. Great information. You're passionate about it, and everybody can feel that in this call. And I think we all learned a lot today, definitely. So I think at this point, if you're good with this, Kendra, we'll go ahead and do our prize giveaway. Are you good with that?
For sure. Yeah, we can do that. No problem.
Perfect. For those of you who've been on our webinars before, and I do see some familiar names in here, so welcome back. You just put the answer to the question as fast as you can keyboard it into the area that you see on the right-hand side of the screen that says questions. So where you've posted questions, if you have, you'll put it in there. I will then go ahead and randomly pick one person out of the correct answers, and we will be sending you a $50 Amazon gift card from courtesy of Travel Professional News, HomeBasedTravelAgent.com, FindAHostTravelAgency.com, and the OG family. So that'll come to you a little bit later this afternoon. So here we go. Is everybody ready? Drum roll. Get ready to put your answer in there, folks. Okay, now this is a question that has a lot of different answers. So not a lot, but a few. But I know what I know what those are. So I'm going to randomly pick, close my eyes and put my finger on my screen and pick the one and make sure it's the right one, and pick one that is one of the correct answers. So you have a lot of ways you can answer this one correctly, folks. Good chances on this one. All right. What is, let's put it this way, what is a benefit to you as an advisor when you develop a travel niche? And there's so many good answers to this. Go.
It really is. There was really A lot of good answers.
Now getting it right. I should probably read all these out after I read the one I'm going to choose. Okay, man, you guys are good paying attention here. Love it, love it, love it. All right, I'm going to close my eyes. You ready? Here we go. Joni, go. All right. We have an answer that is correct, one of the many correct, and we have a winner, and the winner is Katrina Johnson. Katrina, congratulations. I'll read off that answer because there's so many different ones that could be correct. A number of people have said this. It's expertise in one area. And I'm going to read a couple of the others out just to kind of remind folks of all the different things. Ease of planning, stand out from the crowd, find your right clients. That's a really good one. Future possibilities, stand out from the crowd again, focus on training, focused expertise, build expertise and confidence. Oh, I like that one. That's really good because the more you know about it, the more confident you are selling it. So, and growth. The only one I didn't see on here, well, I guess you could use growth, was I thought was making more money. I didn't see that one on here, which I think is always a very good thing. But growth, I guess, would be good. Yeah, not that I'm money hungry, but you know, it never hurts. So all in all, folks, fantastic, great answers. Loved it. Kendra, you were great. This has been a wonderful, wonderful time with you today. I so appreciate it. So does everyone here on the call and on the webinar. And folks, thank you for all being here. I'm going to let Kendra say her goodbyes, and then I will be sending that gift card off to you, Katrina. And everybody have a great rest of your day. I'll let you say your last words, Kendra.
Thank you. And congratulations, Katrina. And thank you for joining us today. So if you'd like to connect with us, you can see we've got a QR code up there. Feel free to scan it. And you can always learn more about us at Travel Edge. It's www.traveledge.com. And of course, you can go to our website and go to the Join Us, and you can always find out more about our venture program. Click on there if you'd like to reach out, and our venture program specialists can reach out to you. And I want to say thank you for joining us today. And Joni, thank you so much for having us. It was wonderful.
It was awesome. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, folks.
Take care.